All right, welcome back. Shout out to Mr. Payne in the house. I just retweeted this just a few seconds ago where this guy is beating up this other guy and he's beating up the guy's pit bull. I'm not kidding. Here, I'll share a direct link to it right now. He is punching the pit bull owner and he's punching the pit bull because this pit bull attacked his small dog. Okay, if you follow me on Twitter, be sure to check that out. It feels good to witness. Again, this pit bull attacked this guy, and this pit bull even attacks the dog on this video. And he punches the dog. And he's punching the man. He's punching both of them. He's beating up a pit nutter and his pit bull. Do y'all know how liberating this is to witness? Let me pin this to the top. Let y'all know I'm serious about this. There we go. How y'all doing this fine morning? Shout out to Jeannie in the house. A man beat up a pit nutter and his pit. Wow. If you don't already, be sure to follow me on Twitter. People, a lot of crazy stories. There's quite a bit of content I want to try to squeeze into a very short period of time, so bear with me. What is going on out here? We have these waves of crazy stories, and this is another wave. Do y'all know that someone else was seen beating his dog? And then another witness went up to try to stop someone from beating their own dog. And that someone, that dog owner, pulled out a weapon and beat these people just like that guy got beaten with the baseball bat. The title here is misleading. Couple attacked with machete in West Dublin Park after trying to stop teens beating dog. Oh, yes. Now, look at how long this pathetic article is. Why did y'all take all that time to write all of that? It looks like this is the actual machete. The woman's husband, he played Superman. He wanted to be the dog hero, the super dog hero. So he went over there to the teenagers. Said, hey, stop doing that. You're abusing that dog. There was a back and forth, and the old guy walked away. And they were seen pulling their phones out. So the teenagers thought, okay, they're calling the police on us. So the teenagers went up to him, pulled out a machete and started hitting them, according to the reports. Now, if you're hitting somebody with a machete, I imagine you're using the flat end of it. Okay, some people do that. They'll flip the machete around and just beat them with the other side. So I imagine that's what's, and you get beat down by some teenagers. Boy, y'all gonna get enough of trying to save the dog. Oh, superhero. These people have seen too many of those goofy ads, those RSPCA ads, and all those other goofy ads floating around here on the internet, demonizing or trying to demonize so-called animal abusers. Whereas in many cases, it's people defending themselves from a dog. Do y'all know, and people, this is crazy. Here, let me share this story. This is crazy. It's like similar events keep happening. Craziest thing in the world. I don't know why a link is so long. Yeah, this 46-year-old man was left with a broken elbow and lacerations to his arms and back. Now, the lacerations to his arms and elbows, it came from the teenagers trying to hit him in the head. And he had his arms up trying to protect his head. So they were striking his arms. It sounds like they were trying to kill this man. You attack him with a machete, that can easily turn deadly. Look at how much of low value for life the teenagers had. So if you see somebody physically attacking a dog, they will very easily turn and start attacking you as well. That's another case of redirected aggression. If you are in the act of beating a dog, it is much easier for you to start beating a person because you're already in the act of violence. So you are very silly. You should expect to be attacked yourself. You want to run up and try to stop a dog owner from beating on his or her dog. You better keep your silly super dog mouth shut. Pull out your phone in private. You better turn around and cover yourself and try to call the cops on them. But listen, hey, keep trying to save them, because the people who try to stop these dog attacks are always super over the top nutters. Oh, no, you don't. Watch me save the dog. See, these are the types of people who'll jump in the river, jump in the jaws of an alligator. So go ahead with your over the top super save a dogness. Nutter, not bothering me one bit. It makes for good content. I'll give you that. Now, like I said, what is going on? Armed police storm Swindon house after a woman attacked by dog. Look at how they worded that. Okay, now that story I just shared, that I just went over, that surfaced, I think, like a few hours ago. This story surfaced a few hours ago. Okay, now y'all see how they worded that. Storm Swindon house after woman attacked by dog. Firearms officers spotted after they rushed to reports of a woman being injured at around 5 p.m. The woman who was with her dog, look at how they word this, who was with her dog at the time, was reportedly bitten by a dog, the street, said to be dangerously out of control. I suppose that's a typo. Bitten by a dog in the street. I think it's supposed to read in the street. Said to be dangerously out of control. The woman sustained minor injuries in the ordeal, with armed police later seizing the dog involved and another at the same address. Wiltshire police confirmed that the dogs are being kept at police kennels. Now, investigations being carried out. Whose dog was it? The way they worded it, it's hard to tell, but it sounds like it was her own dog. Armed police stormed her home and seized another dog at the same address. Whose home was it? And my thing is, what in the world? You got armed police, multiple police officers, mind you, storming a home dressed in tactical gear with weapons drawn for a pet, for a family pet. Is that what y'all trying to tell us? For a kid-safe, family-friendly pet? And understand, dogs are promoted as kid-safe more than they are promoted as anything else. That's a fact. When they bring these therapy dogs into hospitals, into schools, they're usually almost always targeting children with those. That's a case of promoting dogs to children. They want those kids to go home and say, I want a dog. Tell their parents, I want a dog. And then what? You have people going out to shelters to adopt dogs. So that's part of the campaign. Bringing these therapy dogs into different schools and bringing them around kids, that's part of the campaign to promote dogs. They want those kids to go home and tell their parents that they want a dog. And then, voila, the overcrowded shelters are gone. No, I don't think so. Oh, man, sorry about that. I closed that. I didn't mean to close that. Now, I want to show y'all something else. This is another story. This surfaced a few hours ago. And it's too bad that the photo doesn't show up. For whatever reason, this photo here doesn't show up. I got me an ad blocker, so it's probably blocking it. But it's just a photo of a dog. Look at the title. Wait a minute. Can y'all hear me? Hopefully y'all can. Boy, if I'm wasting my time here. Okay, shout out to everybody up in the house. Look at the title. Stay close to your dog to protect nature. Say that again. Stay close to your dog to protect nature. One more time, please. Stay close to your dog in order to protect nature. Protect nature from what? Dogs. Oh boy. This is one of those moments I don't need to elaborate. But listen, this article goes in. This is a direct quote. Walking your dog doesn't just mean taking it somewhere and letting it do its thing while you do your thing. Being a responsible dog owner means being present with your dog on a walk, interacting with it, paying attention to it. Had the owner been paying attention in this instant, the interaction might not have even happened. If you're going to be out on our beaches with your dogs, keep them monitored or on a leash. Listen to this article. Oh boy, it's finger wagging at the whole dog loving world, isn't it? But I see this as dog lovers admitting that dogs are a threat to nature. It's pretty crazy because what they're talking about in this story is a dog that killed a baby seal. A dog was seen with a dead seal in its mouth, a baby seal. But that's only one way that dogs contaminate and destroy nature. Yeah, they destroy wildlife, but they also destroy the water we drink, the air we breathe, and really the eyes we use to see with. Because when I lay eyes on this monstrous, disgusting looking mutants, somebody should have to pay for that. Somebody should be held responsible for that. I shouldn't be subjected to something that looks the way dogs look. Especially these bully breed mutants. Man, oh man. Stay close to your dog to protect nature. Even dog lovers have to admit, have to confess, bear witness to how unnatural dogs are. If something is this incompatible with nature, how can you argue that it's a pet? You should also admit that you should be exterminating these things. Don't you see how immoral it is to breed something and keep it on this earth that's this incompatible with nature, to the point where the people who love them are saying, hey, you got to protect nature itself from these things. But whenever a dog attacks a child, the child provoked it, right? And here, on the other hand, you telling other dog lovers to protect everything in nature from your dog. But with the kids, it's because those evil kids. Boy, oh boy, what a sick, weird culture here Let me share this. I've been slipping. I forgot to share some of these stories. What is going on here? All this nuttery. These nutters are completely out of their mind. Shout out to BK Born in the house. And I hate mutts. Finn up in here. Another story that surfaced. What was it? I think a few hours ago. Just a few hours ago. Brace yourself. Toddler's arm ripped off by Nan's devil dog in horror attack. Now, I thought this was a repeat of this case that took place in the United States, but it's not. 3-year-old boy was attacked by a dog as he wandered into the kitchen of his home when a relative came home from work. Now, I don't want to show these images, but they're censored out. They don't show the actual images. But you can see in the edited or blurred out photos that the arm is essentially been ripped off. It's like hanging there by a few pieces of skin. But anyway, the details of this story was disturbing. And, you know, I want to know, what are the dog lovers talking about after they hear stuff like this? The boy was asleep, but he heard his relative come home from a night shift. You know how kids will hear some rumbling, or they hear you pull up or something, and they've been expecting you, and they'll get up out of their sleep and just greet you. You walk in the door and they're standing there and you say hi. But when this 3-year-old did that, he was attacked. The dog just attacked him, unprovoked, according to the story. They said he wandered into the kitchen to greet them when the dog attacked him and completely bit his arm off. Now, I think this took place in Brazil. Okay, this took place in Brazil, and it happened August 27th, just a few days ago. Boy, this is a prime example of an unprovoked attack where you cannot say this was territorial aggression or nothing stupid like that. The boy lived in the same residence with the dog. This was just one of those typical unprovoked dog attacks. And this was pretty deep. This was pretty deep and sad because the boy didn't even do nothing. Didn't do nothing at all. And like I always say, anything willing, able, and actually does do things like this on a consistent basis, there's nothing to have a debate about. For example, I've been talking and challenging people to challenge me. Like, I'm making some bold statements here. I'm saying that y'all are out of your minds. You're dumb, and you're showing that it's a display of immorality to even be in possession of these things. And I'm saying that they should be banned, and most definitely all large vicious dogs should be banned 100%. And here is a good example of why I say that. Now, another story took place not long ago where they're sitting up here talking about how attacks happen. They don't happen that often. What are you talking about? I think I may have saved that. I'll go over it here if I did. Dog attacks do happen often. Oh, no. I don't want nobody thinking that. No, when you look at the numbers, they happen, even according to the statistics, they happen often. That's 14,000 dog bites per day. That's a lot. No, we don't want to be entertaining that train of thought. Not at all. This was that story. I think I talked about this. No, this is it. Yeah. Yeah, that story. I think I talked about that in the members area. Look at this. Now, there was a 76-year-old man. I think he's about to get his leg amputated. Shocking moment, crazed bulldog launches vicious attack on pensioner 76 and her pet Labradoodle as police launch hunt for its owner. Now, they caught this on film. They got it blurred out here. But you can see the dog. The dog, it did not attack the lady. It attacked her dog. And these journalists, they do this a lot. They will say that the owner was attacked. Now, the dog did knock her over, but it latched on to her dog. It wasn't trying to attack her. If it wanted to attack her, it would have. But every time they run a story like this, they'll say that the dog attacked the owner and their dog. And it seems like every story I read about or even see where they're talking about somebody was randomly attacked, even when it's by a dog, that person themselves usually are in possession of a dog. And most likely that dog was attacking the dog, unless it was a child with the dog, of course. They try to jump in, and sometimes they don't even get attacked. This lady was not injured by the dog. Her injuries came from her fall. Had nothing to do with the dog. But, oh, what was that? Oh, what is that? Okay, I'm getting sound. Sorry about that. I had to cut that out. Had a video playing, and I did not intend it. Did I talk about this? I think I did. Two brothers attacked. Now listen to this. Boy, listen to this deception right here. I told y'all, you never know the full story of any story until you wait a day or two, maybe a week. Wait for more updates. Now listen to this. I believe this one surfaced first. August 30th. Okay? August 30th. Listen to this. Wait a minute. Whoa. So they both surfaced on the same day. This one 12:21 p.m. Fairly early. When was this one? 7:14 a.m. August 30th. So that one surfaced first. This one surfaced first. Now, y'all remember I talked about this. Listen to this.
We begin with breaking news. A man is in the hospital after deputies say he was attacked by his own pit bull. KPRC2's TJ Parker is live outside Memorial Hermann Hospital in the Med Center where that man is being treated. TJ.
Well, and Andy, some good news at this hour. We're told that man is stable after being taken here by helicopter. Deputies say the dog was so aggressive, though, that they had no choice but to shoot it and put it down.
Steven.
This man getting emotional after a pit bull attacked his next door neighbor and friend early Wednesday morning. Deputies say the victims, two brothers, were the dog's owners.
They said the victims, they're two brothers, they said were the dog's owners, plural. Okay?
Brothers were the dog's owners.
In the face and the neck area, he had a lot of blood loss.
He was attacked in the face and neck area, and there was a lot of blood loss. Now, face and neck area is usually the area where kids are attacked. Because these are bully breeds, they effortlessly can leap up and latch on to your neck, to your face. And understand, they aim for the neck. They truly are built with an instinct for killing. All the more reason why they should be banned. It is actually insanity. It is insane to have these things legal and actually with no restrictions and actually are the most promoted breed. Is the ones that are bona fide killers.
Yeah, he had a lot of blood loss. He also attacked his brother that might have been there to help him try to get the dog off. It bit the brother.
Now, wait a minute. They were playing with this dog. According to the report, y'all should be able to see this up here. Two brothers attacked by aggressive family pit bull while playing with it.
in the leg.
Sky 2 was above the home on North Battle Bell Road in the Highlands area where it happened. Deputies say EMS responded to treat the victims but called for backup when the pit bull became aggressive with them.
Now, did y'all hear that? Wait, let me back that up. Boy, this is deep. Listen to this.
Dog off, it bit the brother in the leg.
Sky 2 was above the home on North Battle Bell Road in the Highlands area where it happened. Deputies say EMS responded to treat the victims but called for backup when the
EMS responded to treat the victims. But then EMS called for backup? Did I hear that right? Yes, I did. Did y'all hear that? One more time. Bear with me here. One more time.
In the Highlands area where it happened, deputies say EMS responded to treat the victims but called for backup when the pit bull became aggressive with them.
EMS went to the scene of a dog attack first. Why? Why would y'all do that? Really, Nutters? I'm sorry. I have to go there. Why did EMS show up before the police? You got two grown men under attack. What you think EMS gonna do? Okay, let's follow this.
EMS technicians were kind of trapped in a house on a severe dog bite.
What did you say? EMS was what? Let me back this up. Y'all got to pump the brakes on this story here. I want y'all to catch this.
Responded to treat the victims but called for backup when the pit bull became aggressive with them.
EMS technicians were kind of trapped in a house on.
EMS technicians were trapped inside of a house?
A severe dog bite while the dog was still loose outside where they couldn't get back to the ambulance.
The dog was loose outside. And because it was aggressive with them, it wouldn't let them back outside. They said they were scared to go back to their ambulance because the dog was standing outside at the front door blocking them. Okay, my question is, EMS team, what did you think would happen? You show up before the police. I know you saw that there were no police. You saw that there were no police at the scene. And you thought you just mosey on over and tend to the victim. What do you think was going to happen with the dog that attacked him? Really, what type of bizarre airheaded dog nuttery is this? What y'all think? Oh, it's just Scooby-Doo. Oh, it's just a pooch. There's nothing to fear. Oh, you were bitten by a doggy. Oh, we'll be right there. Oh, that's so ridiculous. Someone was bitten by a little dog. Let's go out there. Oh, we don't need the police. You idiot. This sounds like the EMS team were a bunch of nutters. There's no way I could have been on that EMS team. Oh, no, I wouldn't have got out that vehicle. I wouldn't have even got out the vehicle. As soon as they pulled up to the house, I'd have been like, where the dog at? Where's the dog? Where is it? Go inside the house? Is the dog inside the house or not? Where is the dog? There's a lot of pieces missing to this. Now listen to this.
When deputies arrived, they say they had no choice but to shoot.
So the deputies arrived after the EMS team, and then they had to shoot it. The dogs trapped the people, the EMS team inside the home, and the victim was inside of the home dying, bleeding out. So the dog was outside basically making sure that the attack victim died. Oh, you want to go to the hospital? Oh, no. You're going to die in there. Now, of course, the dog was not thinking this, but that is what was playing out.
Down the dog.
When our First 2 units arrived. The dog was still aggressive by the front door. EMS.
What did you think? What in the world did y'all think? What did the EMS team think? You thought you could just casually go tend to the victim? You shouldn't have even went to that address until you got confirmation from the police that the dog has been neutralized. What were you thinking? In your little imaginary, delusional doggy dog world, that's where you were? Could have got other people hurt with a stunt like that. And the thing is, it's not fair for just random people to put themselves at risk like that. This EMS team, what is wrong with y'all? Y'all got families. One of y'all get deleted or impaired, now a whole family might be hungry. Now, I ain't gonna get too deep into all that humanity talk. I'm gonna probably lose you at that point.
Communicated through radio that they had to get this individual life flighted out of here. One of our sergeants approached the front door. The dog was aggressive.
And he had to get life flighted. And he probably wouldn't have had to get life flighted had they been able to go directly back to the ambulance. They pulled up in an ambulance and ended up having to need a helicopter. Trapped inside of a home because of the same dog that launched an attack. And they took this sloppy approach to go tend to the victim.
And the sergeant had to put down the dog.
This neighbor tells KPRC2 they saw the animal get aggressive with other dogs in the neighborhood.
Okay.
All right, so again, both brothers were taken to the hospital, one of them taken here to Memorial Hermann. The good news is both of them are expected to be okay.
That's not good news. No, we have a problem. Now, this is the latter story or article that surfaced the same day. Okay?
Pit bull, and this all began when the dog started attacking the owner and the man's brother. It then tried to attack paramedics, trapping them inside the house.
It then tried to attack paramedics, trapping them inside the house.
They were forced to call deputies for help.
Oh my goodness. You know what it sounds like? EMS, the EMS team, because all it takes is one over-the-top dog nutter to influence a whole team of nutters. So, hey, if you just don't show any fear, it won't attack you. Trust me, I know dogs. I've been working with dogs for 15 years. It won't attack you. Just don't show any fear. We can just walk right into the home and tend to the victim. Oh, the dog won't bother us. They ended up needing help themselves. Shout out to Charles D. Curry in the super chat of the previous live stream. Shout out to Grizzly Bear. Welcome back. Also ban all dogs. People, this is insane to me. Like, y'all have heard me talk about a dangerous level of stupidity. This is one of the best examples I can think of. Because there is no doubt that these people went in there with some arrogant mentality. Oh, watch us just walk past the dog. Oh, watch us, the super EMS team.
County shot and killed a pit bull, and this all began when the dog started attacking the owner and the man's brother. It then tried to attack paramedics, trapping them inside the house. They were forced to call deputies for help.
The dog was still aggressive by the front door. EMS communicated through radio.
Okay, this is the same police officer talking to a different media outlet. You heard what he said. The dog was at the front door, still aggressive. That's problematic. Where was the dog before it was at the front door? Wasn't it outside somewhere? So what they should have done, because understand, the EMS team then had to wait for the police to show up. Look at how this played out.
They had to get this individual life-flighted out of here. One of our sergeants approached the front door. The dog was aggressive, and the sergeant had to put down the dog.
The dog's owner suffered serious wounds.
Sergeant had to put down the dog. Now, I want y'all to follow what happened here. Follow this case. Follow me here. You got the dumb pit nutter, the dumb, brainless, low IQ nutter themselves acquiring this worthless mutant, which is beyond insane, which is why I call y'all all the names I call y'all. You shouldn't have done that. So then this dumb nutter needs help. Help, help. You under attack, you big dumb nutter. Now you need to call for help. Oh, my brother's bleeding to death. Oh, you playing with something that if it turns and attacks you, you're going to need help from others. Okay, it's real smart. Then the MS team heads to the address. Now, the little angel on their shoulder would have been me telling you, hey, don't go over there until you neutralize that dog first. You better delete that dog upon arrival. That is what should have happened. Tell me I'm lying. What the protocol in cases like this, where you reporting or get a report of someone who's been attacked by a dog, the first concern is to neutralize the dog. What they should have done is made sure that as soon as they pulled up, they deleted and neutralized the threat. That's what should have happened. And because they didn't, they put the EMS team at risk and the victim further at risk because he's in the house bleeding out. So because you so badly to not be like a person like me, you almost get more people hurt. You weren't supposed to have the thing in the first place. So if you show up at an address trying to help somebody who's been attacked by this thing, then you know that is a dog that has turned aggressive and tasted blood. There ain't no stopping no dog like that. And now ain't a time like this ain't the time to be no stupid nutter. Y'all better identify the nutters around you and silence them. This was a moment where they should have said, no, the police need to show up there first. We're the EMS team. The dog that attacked him is still at the residence. We want a police squad to show up, neutralize the dog, because they're going to have to shoot it. Don't waste time with animal control. They're going to need the police too. Everybody other than the police who show up are going to need the police. Don't be stupid. Y'all want to treat these things like they're harmless even after that. You know what's crazy about these nutters? They have a stronger urge to treat dogs as if they're harmless after the dog attacks someone. It's at that point that they get really desperate to prove, oh, it was just something, a glitch, or oh, it was sick or heard a loud sound. They want badly to prove that that's what the whole second chance is. It's a part of dog culture, especially pit nutter culture. To revive and restore, rehabilitate a dog that has a record of attacking people. So if you are a member of this EMS team and you know exactly what happened in this case, please share the details with us. Because what it sounds like to me is that the EMS team arrogantly showed up before the cops. No, in cases like this, call the cops. And cops, when you show up, delete. Don't waste time. We just heard this story of them taking 3 hours to neutralize and detain a dog. With Jacqueline Duran, wasn't it something like an hour? She spent like an hour inside of that home, all because the police didn't want to shoot the dog. People get further injured and or killed, all because they don't want to shoot the dog. No, these cases prove that the first thing you should do is delete that dog, especially a dog that is still in the act of attacking. What were you thinking? What were these people thinking? There had to be, look, deputies said EMS arrived at the home to treat 2 dog attack victims. What did you think was going to happen when you arrived at that home? A dog that attacked 2 grown men is a very bold dog. What you think was going to happen? You think just because you dressed in professional attire, the dog not going to attack you? This the type of insanity I'm talking about, people. This got to go. And these nutters, they bring too much brainlessness into the human family. Get out of here. I lost my train of thought. So let's move on to this next story. Okay, and that surfaced August 30th. This story surfaced yesterday, August 30th. Navy veteran brutally beaten and robbed while walking dog in Philadelphia. He needed more than 100 stitches. And you know what it seems like? It really seems like dogs in general are bad luck. Look at how many old women have been injured and or killed, really as a result of being a dog owner. The lady who jumped into the mouth of an alligator, she wouldn't have done that had she not been a dog owner. Right? She wouldn't have even been at the lake if she wasn't. How many times have dogs gotten people killed and or badly hurt? Even when the dog didn't directly attack that person, they contribute to your downfall in some way.
Philadelphia police are searching for a group who violently attacked a military veteran. The mugging left him shaken and seriously injured. He was ambushed while walking his dog near his Brewerytown home. Action News reporter John Paul now looking to the details here and spoke with this victim. John.
Yeah, and he is pretty shaken up by all this. It happened just over my shoulder on Saturday night. As you mentioned, the military veteran was simply out walking his dog when he was attacked and robbed. Scott Harris served overseas in Iraq and as an advisor in Ukraine. But he didn't get these wounds from an active war zone. He got them in Brewerytown on Saturday night.
I thought it was kind of ironic. I spent a year in a war zone and 2 years in a country that's not so safe. And then I come here and get attacked in my own neighborhood, a block from my house.
These are the last moments he remembers. You see him taking his dog Nora for a walk near 30th Street. He can't remember the beating that happened next.
Can't remember the beating that happened next. But this guy was, he was walking his dog. This dog, being the filth vacuum cleaner that it is, has its nose planted almost directly on the ground. Oh my goodness. Animals, natural animals of the earth, they don't want nothing off the bare surface of the ground like that. They're not desperately looking for food like that. That is so pathetic, the way dogs do that. Sniffing a bare, flat surface. That desperate for something to eat, really? And what are you doing it for? For what? What is it looking for something for? God, these things are so deranged.
That happened next because he was left with a brain injury.
Next thing you know, I'm in the emergency room getting stitches. The surgeon, he said he stopped counting at 100 on the stitches.
The Navy veteran was left with broken teeth, a concussion, and cuts all over his face.
Oh, man. Now, when I first heard this story, I said, man, that's unfortunate. You know, that's too bad. And I was caught in between emotions. People shouldn't reach that point where they feel like they need to rob other people to survive. I understand that's how the world is. But I also see that this dog that he owns is a threat. It's a threat to communities. He was endangering his own community. All dog owners endanger their community in every community that they enter into. Every single community that they enter into. What in the world is this? I don't remember this story. Yeah, I saved it because I didn't remember it. But obviously it recently surfaced. A 10-year-old bitten by a dog while saving toddler brother? And what? Really? Another one of those types of stories? Am I tripping? I don't remember this story. Notice the dog running straight for his brother. He went straight over and pushed his brother out the way. As Jack ran back towards the house, the dog bit him on his thigh. So he hopped in and saved his brother. Oh, man. Now, of course, I'm against stories like this. Because look, I don't want the dog to be destroyed because it's a rescue dog and it's obviously had a difficult upbringing previously. Wait, who said that? Who said that? This has to stop. Assuming that a dog has had a troubled or difficult upbringing. What are you talking about? And how did you find that out? This is just more of that. They will resort to anything to take the blame off a dog, to try to get you to look at something other than the dog. Look at the humans as the people to blame, the victim, blame anything or anybody other than the dog. Get out of here. Oh, this is another case where a dog should have been shot, because then the boy wouldn't have been injured and his life wouldn't have flashed before him. These dogs, y'all need to stop showing up to these scenes before the cops. And the cops need to stop showing up and being reluctant to neutralize the threat. Don't be standing there saying, "Here, boy, good boy." Don't stand there holding your weapon. As soon as you pull up, if you want to save lives, which don't they take an oath to serve and protect? Don't they? So if you want to protect, you should, that's your first objective. Neutralize the threat, not negotiate, because this ain't no human. You don't go and have no discussion. You don't try to even lure it with food. Especially a bully breed that is still in attack mode. You should be ready to fire as soon as you pull up. You need to pull up, swing your door open, slide across the hood with your gun drawn, and point it at the dog, firing off shots the whole time. Just showering that mutt with bullets from heaven. Don't roll up talking about good boy. Stand there, have about 5 or 10 cops sitting there looking at the dog. This dog barking, y'all stand there. Y'all sitting inside of a home while a man is in there bleeding out. All because you arrogantly. And who called the EMS? Who in the world called the EMS to begin with? No, you call the cops. And cops, once you get the call, you then radio the hospital while you're on the way to the address. and you tell the EMS team, stand back until we neutralize the threat. And as soon as you neutralize the threat, call the EMS team. Boom, they'll be there within seconds. Everybody's safe. Nobody else gets hurt. Nobody's bleeding out. But I don't have no sympathy for that nutter who was attacked, because that was the owner of that bully breed. And like I say, it's always better you get attacked, the owner, than your neighbor or someone else. Because those are the people who usually get attacked, not the victims of your irresponsibility. All right. Let me look at the time here. How long have I been here? 50 minutes. I made it. That was rough. I actually had 2 additional stories, but I put them off. No, it was more like 3 or 4. But I put them off. Proud of myself. I was able to get this in under an hour and get that frustration off my chest. It's crazy when you go over these stories like on a live stream or something, because as you go over them individually, you get these different emotions. You know, one story will make you mad, the other one will make you sad, and then you get done, you've gone over all these stories, and then you go over all of them again. But that second time, it's like you re-experience all those emotions, but it's all like at once. It's pretty crazy experience. So pardon me if I get a little excited on these live streams. This is exciting content, and it's infuriating. And listen, the world needs to get comfortable with the idea of attacking dogs being shot. Because in every case, you notice it's a case where the dog should have been shot. Should have been shot. Now, of course, this dog shouldn't have even been there. Shouldn't have even been in the home. Okay? But in almost every case, a victim, quite oftentimes it's a child, usually it's a child, they suffer an unnecessary additional amount of damage. Every second that goes by, there's more and more damage accumulating. You don't play around when it comes to bully breeds, really any dog. Every second matters. Don't you ever show up to a dog attack scene before the cops. And cops do not show up and negotiate or try to negotiate with the dog. Do not waste time. This should be a part of their protocol. It should be standard protocol. The first objective is to always see, because if the law enforcement, if they get into the habit of viewing dogs like this and handling dog attack cases like this, they're going to look at the standard protocol of their own system, and their system is going to reveal how much of a threat dogs are to society. Look at the process by which you have to respond to these attack cases. So when there's an attack case like this, the cops have to show up and the EMS team. Okay, y'all can disagree if you want. You want to continue to treat these things like Scooby-Doo, like the 101 Dalmatians. Go and knock yourself out. But this is the pattern, the pattern of all patterns. This is one of the most consistent patterns in dog attack cases. You need both parties. You're going to need somebody in the medical field, and you're going to need somebody to slay that mutt. Nothing is going to stop these things after they tasted blood, after they've already attacked. And if the thing has attacked its own owner, it will attack anybody. So the nerve of you to come up and think you can be some dog whisperer. Who in the world gassed up that EMS team to think they could just waltz up, mosey up, and just ignore the dog and tend to the victim? No, you were then forced to treat the thing like the deadly threat that it is. And they don't want to get into the habit of doing that. They don't want to get into the habit of treating this thing where it's standard protocol, treating it like a deadly threat. Well, too bad. That's where this whole world is headed. Shout out to everybody able to join me, Esmeralda, Vasectomy Fail, Tom, Atlas King. And I hope to see you all on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.